Most people believe that getting ahead requires effort to be seen, to signal competence, to prove intelligence, to show momentum. That belief is not accidental. It is conditioned early and reinforced constantly. Visibility is rewarded in classrooms, workplaces, and social systems. The one who raises their hand is noticed. The one who speaks confidently is remembered. The one who moves first appears capable. That logic works in environments where evaluation is shallow. It fails in environments where competition is real. Staying ahead without being obvious begins by understanding something uncomfortable. The moment others correctly identify your level, your advantage collapses. Once people know what you can do, they adjust. Once they know how you think, they compensate. Once they know where you stand, they position against you. Being correctly understood is not safety. It is exposure. Power does not come from being impressive. It comes from being misjudged in ways that benefit you. Most people work hard to avoid being underestimated. They rush to correct it. They speak up to prove value. They overperform to shift perception. In doing so, they teach others exactly where the ceiling is. They compress uncertainty into a clear outline that can be managed. The people who stay ahead do the opposite. They allow underestimation to remain intact longer than feels comfortable. This goes against instinct. Biologically, being underestimated feels dangerous. It triggers the same internal response as being ignored or dismissed. The body wants to reassert presence, to signal worth, to close the gap between how you see yourself and how others see you. That impulse is what exposes you. The moment you rush to prove capability, you reveal timing, capacity, and intent. You show how quickly you respond to pressure. You show what kind of recognition you need. You show how much it bothers you to be misread. All of that becomes leverage. Staying ahead without being obvious requires a shift away from self-expression and toward expectation management. Not what you are, but what others think you are allowed to be. Machiavelli understood that advantage comes from shaping belief, not correcting it. He warned against appearing too capable too early, not because competence is dangerous, but because it invites containment. People do not oppose what they believe is limited. They oppose what threatens to surpass them. This is why quiet operators often move freely, while loud performers face resistance. Resistance is not moral, it is mechanical. Systems resist what is visible and uncontrollable. They tolerate what appears contained. Appearing contained is a strategic posture. Most people confuse humility with weakness and confidence with strength. In reality, both are performances. What matters is predictability. Predictable people are easy to assign roles to. Once assigned, deviation is punished. Staying ahead means avoiding premature role assignment. This begins with pacing. People who want to be seen rush. They answer quickly. They volunteer insight early. They demonstrate range before it is required. This feels proactive. It is actually compressive. It collapses mystery. Mystery is not about being vague. It is about not revealing depth before depth creates advantage. Those who stay ahead understand timing. They let others move first. They let others show their assumptions. They let the environment declare what it expects from them before exceeding it selectively. Expectation is a ceiling. If you exceed it slightly, you are rewarded. If you exceed it massively, you are contained. If you never exceed it, you are dismissed. The optimal position is controlled exceedance. This requires discipline because the ego wants recognition now. It wants to be acknowledged accurately. It wants others to see what you see in yourself. That desire is understandable. It is also costly. Recognition is not neutral. It changes how others treat you. Once recognized as capable, you are watched more closely. Errors are magnified. Deviations are questioned. Freedom narrows. Once recognized as harmless, you are ignored. Ignored people move easily. The goal is not invisibility. It is selective visibility. You allow others to see enough to place you slightly below where you actually are. That gap is where advantage lives. Most people cannot tolerate that gap. It feels like dishonesty, like wasted potential, like self-betrayal. In reality, it is positioning. Positioning is not about ego. It is about trajectory. Staying ahead without being obvious also requires understanding how people categorize quickly. Humans simplify. They reduce complexity to function. They assign labels based on limited data. Once a label sticks, it governs interpretation. You are not seen fresh each time. You are filtered through the first few impressions that landed. Those impressions matter more than later corrections. Trying to correct them openly is almost always ineffective. It creates friction. It draws attention to the discrepancy. It invites re-evaluation under scrutiny. Those who stay ahead let misclassification persist until it no longer matters. They do not rush to update the story others tell about them. They let the story age. They let it harden. Then, they move in ways the story cannot explain. That moment produces asymmetry. People hesitate when reality violates expectation. Hesitation creates space. Space is opportunity. This is how advantage appears without announcement. You did not claim authority. You created confusion at the right time. Confusion is not chaos. It is recalibration. While others are recalibrating, you move. Most people think staying ahead requires constant motion. In reality, it requires strategic stillness punctuated by decisive action, not reaction. Action that shifts position. This is why obvious ambition backfires. Ambition signals direction. Direction allows interception. Quiet intent stays mobile. The same applies socially. People who declare goals invite comparison. Comparison invites competition. Competition invites obstruction. People who move without declaration often arrive without resistance. This does not mean hiding. It means not narrating. Narration is for those who want witnesses. Operators want outcomes. Staying ahead also requires resisting the urge to correct disrespect prematurely. Underestimation often feels like disrespect. Sometimes it is. Often it is ignorance. Correcting it aggressively turns ignorance into opposition. Letting it sit keeps the field open. Respect gained through surprise lasts longer than respect demanded through assertion. Machiavelli understood that fear and love are tools, but misjudgment is the more durable advantage. People protect against threats they recognize. They fail to protect against threats they misunderstand. Being misunderstood in your favor is power. This is uncomfortable because it requires ego suppression, not emotional suppression. Ego wants credit. Ego wants accuracy. Ego wants validation. Strategic advantage does not care about credit. Those who stay ahead learn to separate internal certainty from external perception. They know who they are without needing others to confirm it. That internal anchor allows them to tolerate misreading without urgency. Urgency is what reveals you. As this posture develops, you begin to notice a shift. People stop testing you directly. They stop challenging you openly. They make assumptions that favor your movement. They underestimate timelines. They miscalculate capability. You do not correct them. Correction would be generosity. Instead, you let them continue operating on outdated information. This is the first rule, though it is never spoken. Do not rush to update how others see you. Let the picture lag behind reality. That lag is where you stay ahead without being obvious. Once you accept that being accurately perceived is a liability, your behavior begins to change in ways that are subtle but decisive. You stop rushing to demonstrate range. You stop volunteering excess capability. You stop correcting assumptions that place you slightly lower than where you actually are. Not because you lack confidence, because confidence is irrelevant here. What matters is calibration. People make plans based on what they believe is possible around them. They commit resources, time, and attention according to those beliefs. When you are misclassified, their plans are built on faulty measurements. Faulty measurements collapse under pressure. This is how you stay ahead without forcing advantage. Most people try to outplay others by being sharper in the moment. That creates short-term wins and long-term resistance. Staying ahead is not about winning moments. It is about shaping the conditions in which moments occur. Conditions are shaped by expectation. When others expect little, they leave gaps. They take risks they would not take if they felt threatened. They move faster than they should. They commit earlier than they should. They expose themselves. Overcommitment is the gift of underestimation. This is why appearing average is not weakness, it is cover. Average people are not monitored closely. Their decisions are not dissected. Their moves are not anticipated. They are allowed to operate freely. Freedom is more valuable than admiration. Admiration attracts attention. Attention attracts interference. Machiavelli warned against drawing attention too early. He knew that power invites envy long before it invites loyalty. Envy looks like skepticism, criticism, and obstruction. It does not announce itself as envy. It announces itself as concern, oversight, or standards. Those who reveal competence too soon trigger these mechanisms automatically. Those who wait move under the threshold. Staying under the threshold does not mean staying small. It means staying uninteresting until interest serves you. This requires restraint of a specific kind. Not emotional restraint, but expressive restraint. You know more than you show. You see more than you comment on. You plan further than you admit. This is uncomfortable in cultures that reward visibility. But visibility is only rewarded up to a point. Beyond that point, it is regulated. Regulation is the enemy of advantage. Consider how systems respond to high performers. Metrics increase. Oversight increases. Expectations rise. Margins shrink. The performer becomes essential and trapped at the same time. The average operator moves with less friction. Those who stay ahead understand this trade-off and choose frictionless movement over applause. They also understand that people reveal their strategies through assumption. When someone assumes you are limited, they behave differently. They speak more openly. They share more detail. They reveal their priorities without guarding them. You gain access not by demanding it, but by not triggering defense. Defense is triggered by perceived threat. When you are not perceived as a threat, information flows freely. Information is advantage. Most people try to extract information actively. They ask questions aggressively. They probe. They test. This creates resistance. People guard what they sense is valuable. Quiet operators let information leak naturally. They listen more than they speak. They do not interrupt patterns. They allow others to explain themselves fully. They let repetition reveal intent. Intent is always revealed in repetition. This is another reason not to rush. Rushed interactions produce performance. Slow interactions produce truth. When people believe you are not ahead, they stop managing their image around you. They speak more casually. They cut corners. They show you how they actually think. You do not correct them. Correction would restore performance. Staying ahead also means understanding when not to act. Many opportunities are traps disguised as acceleration. Early movement often benefits those who set the pace, not those who join it. When you are underestimated, you are not expected to move first. This allows you to see where movement actually leads. You let others commit. You let structures form. You let roles solidify. Then you move laterally instead of forward. Lateral movement avoids collision. Forward movement attracts it. This is how quiet advantage accumulates, not by racing toward the same objective, but by repositioning while others focus straight ahead. Most people associate ambition with linear progress, straight lines, clear steps, public milestones. Those who stay ahead move diagonally. They shift context instead of competing inside it. Context shifts are invisible to those focused on rank. Rank is obvious. Position is subtle. Rank invites comparison. Position invites leverage. You stop asking how to be better than others and start asking where others are blind. Blind spots are created by assumption. Assumption is created by familiarity. When you allow yourself to be familiar in a limited way, you become invisible where it matters. This does not mean deception. It means selective revelation. You reveal competence only when it alters structure, not when it satisfies ego. Ego wants to be recognized now. Structure rewards patience later. Another instinct that must be dismantled is the need to be taken seriously early. Seriousness is a double-edged signal. It communicates capability, but it also communicates intention. Intent is what others prepare against. When your intent is unclear, preparation becomes difficult. Unclear intent creates hesitation. Hesitation slows response. Slow response creates advantage. This is why some of the most effective operators appear inconsistent to outsiders, not chaotic, but unpredictable in direction. Predictability is often mistaken for reliability. In power dynamics, predictability is vulnerability. Reliability should exist in outcome, not in method. You deliver results, but your path is unclear. That ambiguity protects you. People cannot block what they cannot anticipate. This approach also changes how you handle praise. Praise is often used as a probe. It is not always admiration. Sometimes it is a way to see how you respond to elevation. If you lean into praise, you confirm the new classification. You move yourself up in others' minds prematurely. That invites scrutiny. Those who stay ahead accept praise lightly and do not expand on it. They let it pass without amplification. Amplification is what solidifies perception. You avoid amplification. The same applies to criticism. Criticism often tests resilience and investment. Strong emotional response confirms attachment. Over-defense confirms vulnerability. Minimal response keeps perception unchanged. Perception lag is strategic. Over time, this creates an interesting effect. People around you build plans that do not account for your full capacity. They allocate resources, assuming you are not a variable. Then conditions change. When you act decisively at that moment, the move feels disproportionate, sudden, unexpected, hard to counter. That is not coincidence. That is delayed revelation. Delayed revelation is the core mechanism of staying ahead without being obvious. It is not secrecy, it is timing. Timing transforms the same action from obvious to decisive. An action taken early invites opposition. The same action taken later, when others are committed elsewhere, becomes final. This is why those who reveal strength too early often stall. They trigger countermeasures before they are ready to withstand them. Those who wait let countermeasures exhaust themselves on other targets. Patience here is not waiting for permission. It is waiting for alignment. Alignment between conditions, leverage, and opportunity. When alignment appears, movement is clean. No explanation required. No justification offered. Movement alone changes the landscape. At this stage, people often say, "You were lucky." Luck is the explanation used when preparation was invisible. You do not correct them. Correction would reveal preparation. Staying ahead without being obvious also changes how you relate to competition. You stop engaging competitors directly. Direct competition centers them. It makes them relevant. You compete with timing and positioning, not confrontation. Competitors exhaust themselves watching each other. Quiet operators watch the field. The field matters more than individual players. As this posture becomes natural, something internal shifts. You stop measuring success by recognition. You measure it by freedom of movement, by optionality, by how little resistance your actions encounter. Low resistance indicates good positioning. High resistance indicates premature visibility. You adjust accordingly. This creates a sense of detachment, but not withdrawal. You are present, but not invested in being seen accurately. You allow others to misunderstand you as long as the misunderstanding works in your favor. Misunderstanding stops being personal. It becomes instrumental. This is a difficult transition for people raised on authenticity narratives. Authenticity, when misunderstood, can become exposure. You do not owe full transparency to systems that do not reward it. You owe yourself position. Machiavelli never argued for deception for its own sake. He argued for effectiveness. If appearing less capable allows you to act more freely, it is not dishonesty. It is adaptation. Adaptation is not betrayal of self. It is preservation of agency. At the end of this arc, you do not feel dominant. Dominance wants witnesses. You feel positioned. Positioned people do not need to rush. They do not need to prove. They do not need to announce. They move when movement alters outcomes. Everything else is noise. The final shift is subtle. Emotional reactions fade, not because you suppress them, but because fewer situations reach you. You are no longer at the center of attention. You are slightly off-axis. Off-axis positions experience less pressure. Less pressure allows clearer movement. You are ahead, but not visible enough to be targeted. You are capable, but not framed as a threat. You are active, but not predictable. And in a world that reacts to what it can see, that quiet misalignment is where advantage stays. Nothing dramatic marks the end of this process. No applause, no recognition. Just a growing sense that others are always a step late, and that you arrived before they noticed the race had begun.